Happy St. Paddy's Day once more, everyone. Now, I know technically St. Paddy's Day isn't for a few more days, but consider today's upload the St. Paddy's Holiday Special for 2026. Last year, we discussed what a leprechaun would taste like, and we added them to our cryptid tier list. Go check out that playlist if you're interested in that. But this year, I've got something a bit different for y'all. Why do we dye everything green? We dye everything from food and drinks to buildings green for the holiday. Now, originally, the color green is linked to Irish myths and folklore. Blue was originally associated with St. Patrick, but the shift to green was apparently because the Irish associated blue with British rule in the 17th and 18th centuries. And green was a sign of resistance and rebellion, especially during the Great Irish Rebellion of 1641. According to legends, St. Patrick used a three-leafed shamrock to describe the Holy Trinity to the pagan Irish, with mentions of this tale dating back to 1726. So this tale helped link the color to St. Patrick as well. Once Irish immigrants made it to America, green was embraced to show their pride and celebrate their heritage, which then grew into parades and larger celebrations. And now, with these celebrations, the green on the Irish flag, and green being associated with Ireland itself, the Emerald Isle, the color green is seen as the color of the holiday. So you could say we dye everything green specifically for the holiday and that's it. But I think there may be something else going on as well. Ireland has a controversial link to an episode of Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Apparently, the episode titled, "If It's Doomsday, This Must Be Belfast," follows the main characters as they attempt to stop a nuclear bomb detonation in Belfast, and a few other places as well. A Catholic and a Protestant each had detonators, and the intention was to promote peace between divided communities while also touching on the real-world conflicts at the time. The poor accents, overly simplistic depictions of the conflict, and the lack of nuanced understanding of the political and economic roots of the Troubles were reportedly the reason for the episode being so controversial. Now, there certainly has been concerns over impending nuclear warfare ever since the first bombs were dropped on Japan back in World War II. So, perhaps, those dyeing everything green are actually trying to summon Captain Planet to help with the current conflict. The 5 ring powers needed to summon Captain Planet are Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, and Heart. And oddly enough, the main items we see dyed green around this time of year almost perfectly align with the ring powers. For Earth, we have the buildings, the landmarks cast in green hues. Buildings are made out of stone, clay, bricks, metal, wood, and glass, all things derived from the Earth. For Fire, we have beer. Beer is regularly dyed green around this time of year, and as any drinker would know, sometimes it feels like fire going down the throat, depending on what kind and how strong. For wind, we have the various clothes and garments that flow in the breeze. For water, we have food and water. Some are dyed green, others are naturally occurring, but all can be considered here. Fountain water is also dyed green as well. And for heart, we have the heart of Chicago itself, the Chicago River, which every year the entire river is dyed green for the holiday. Now, we all know that Captain Planet died for our sins due to the pollution, but clearly, those dyeing everything green just don't know the slogan to say, like we see in the show. So I will take the liberty of doing just that. Since I'm alone, though, I'll probably have to abridge the phrase a bit, but I'm sure it'll work. Let my powers combine. Earth, fire, wind, water, and heart. By these powers combined, I summon Captain Planet! Oh, right. Died for our sins. Yeah. Whoops. I'm just gonna go, before anyone sees me with a body here. Happy St. Paddy's Day!